Hey guys, welcome back. I'm sure to check that out. Check out the app. Check out the DVDs over at sorgatronmedia.com/store. All those have teasers linked to them for all the ones that we've done here in the last 2 years. So go check that out. Mad Mike is doing the dinosaur to fuck with me on off camera here. So that's great. But in the meantime, we're going to get to that segment you all know and love. Remember when. This week, I remember when, of course, last night we had a pretty brutal segment on Raw where it was mentioned earlier that Paul Heyman may do a better Psycho X than AJ does. And that kind of culminated last night with him taking kendo stick pretty brutally to CM Punk. His back was bleeding. I feel like we're fairly squarely out of the PG era with WWE Raw at this point. So I thought, what was the kind of surprising moments of brutality that come to your mind, kind of based on thinking of that from last night. Now, LB before he left, he did say his would be Sabu versus Terry Funk in the barbed wire. Rope ring match.
No ropes.
No rope barbed wire match. Thank you for clarifying. The one, in fact, where they had to actually cut them out of the barbed wire and stop the match because it got so bad. And I remember, I do remember Terry Funk saying I had a piece of barbed wire that was this close to cutting an artery, and that's how close it was to going that much worse. So let's go around the round table. First, we got Jessica from Alabama.
Hello.
Joining us. First time on the show, but you've joined us several times in the wrap-ups after Raw and Impact and everything. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Excellent. So do you have a brutal moment from the past that comes to mind here?
There's a couple that have been running through my head. R-Truth going after John Morrison with a water bottle was shocking. I think, though, the attempted live embalming of The Undertaker on Stone Cold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was good.
That was
wow.
that could have been. That could have been. I mean,
really
obviously
good.
it's not going to, but I thought it was going to get gruesome for a second because I was a youngster at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
That
my
was
choice.
really good. I forgot about that.
What about you, Eamon?
The one I thought of was I think it was Judgment Day 2004. I want to say, and it was in the WWE title match between JBL and Eddie Guerrero, where JBL hits Eddie Guerrero with a chair, hardways him, and Eddie Guerrero just starts bleeding buckets.
Yeah.
Just crazy buckets. I think, didn't he pass out from the amount of blood he lost?
Pretty much. Yeah, they definitely had to attend to him after that one.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And it wasn't anything more than I think he just bladed too deep, right? I think.
I think it was hard. It was either he bladed too deep or it was hard.
Well, I remember it. I feel like he tried to cut himself when he hit the chair.
I think he said in his book that he cut too deep.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not positive.
I think I remember that too. Because I remember
the visual of how the chair shot did look pretty brutal.
Yeah.
To be honest, but I think whether it was that or not, that whole image of it all, and just the brutality that came with it, I thought was pretty crazy. So Mike.
Well, mine was, I forget what pay-per-view it was. I want to say it was Over the Limit in 2010. I'm probably wrong on that, but it was the I Quit match between The Miz and John Cena, where I don't know why this one came to my head because it wasn't especially bloody, but Cena was tied up with his handcuffed to the ring, thanks to Alex Riley, and Miz just beat the fuck out of him with a kendo stick.
Yeah.
Like that. I think it's because you said surprisingly brutal, and no one expected something like that.
Yeah.
That was just because it was really probably the last time any of us liked The Miz when he was here when he was WWE champion.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, oh man, I remember just watching that. I'm like, wow, he's really beating the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Awesome. For me, it's I go back to, and I would say surprising, because I go back to WrestleMania, where it was Edge versus McFoley.
Yeah.
And it was the hardcore match. And I particularly, the one that kind of got me was the fire table spot, where Edge actually speared Foley off of the apron and through the table. And after that, you were just like, wow, Edge's face pretty much went into the flaming table. And afterwards, he was doing the shake thing, and I'm sure it was mostly played up, but it was just like, wow, that was kind of close, right?
And apparently, you'll be able to recreate that in WWE 2K14.
Wonderful.
That was in the
Wonderful.
trailer. That was in the trailer.
Was it? Oh, man.
Yes.
So there you
Outstanding.
go.
We did post it out on our social medias.
We did.
A couple people have commented from our Facebook group.
Mhm.
Tonio Garza says that BS piece of shit New Jack legit stabbing a guy at some indie show. Well, actually, it was an ECW show, but I mean, really,
Any indie show.
yeah, any
Any show
any
New Jack is on.
Any show.
Any
Stab
show
someone.
New Jack is on. Even
Yeah.
when he
That's a
was
good
on
point.
Daily Show, I'm pretty sure someone bled on that.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Jim Shireman, our good friend Shireman, says, as a teenager, I remember Vader rolling back the floor padding and powerbombing McFoley. That was the first time I remember audibly saying "whoa" to a spot. And another good friend, Kelly Kyle at Texas Anarchy, says a lot of early Mankind stuff comes to mind. Going head first through the table versus Taker, throwing off the cell, going through a table with Shawn.
Mm-hmm. You gotta think, Foley is the guy that on purpose would fall on his back on the concrete with an elbow drop on the outside.
Mm-hmm. And I think
He
nowadays,
would
those
Yeah.
those moments of brutality nowadays, I think, are the crazy, like, sort of spots that we're seeing.
Yeah.
Like when for last night's Raw, when Randy went and wrestled Christian and he shoved him off the ropes onto the apron, and his neck like compressed against it, like that was like that's what we're seeing now. It's not the blood, it's not like the headshots or anything like that. It's like these guys are like killing each other, like actually wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. From the chat room, and I don't know this reference, but Garza says Raging Bull versus Invader 3 was pretty brutal, staged, but looked brutal considering the story behind it. Is that Mexican? I'm guessing.
I think that was really bright.
Yeah. So let us know if you have any brutal moments you want to share. Go check out that thread over on the Facebook group for Wrestling Mayhem Show, or let us know on Twitter at Mayhem Show, or over on the Google Plus as well. We asked the question. Just